Hi, I'm Sue Henry, and welcome. This channel is dedicated to helping find extra ways that we can bring more income into our household. So it's all about how can we have more money at the end of our month instead of more month at the end of our money, right? Well, I'm so excited that if this is the first time you've come here, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And if you've been here before and you are returning again to see what I'm talking about this time, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Now, please, before I get into the training, make sure you go below, click the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way, you'll be notified when I'm coming on each week with a new video on new ways that you can make more money. So let's go ahead and get started with today's topic. Now, I'm going to be talking specifically about cryptocurrency. Now, maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't, maybe you're really familiar and you've dabbled in some things, and maybe you're thinking that this is going to be something that doesn't last. This video, what I'm going to be doing is sharing just a couple of things about what cryptocurrency is, and then 3 different ways that I've used it to make money in this last 12 months, and why I think that it could be a good return for you as well. And then at the end, I'll give you a link for a free report that'll give you some more of the information, because obviously I'm not going to go into real nitty gritty and deep stuff here. That's not what this is for. But this is more of an introduction to cryptocurrency, or otherwise known as digital coins, and how I've used them. Now, cryptocurrency isn't going away. It's going to stay here. And the thing that one of the things that I love about it, and other people do, and why they've gravitated, it's not controlled by any government. So yeah, there's going to be ups and downs and stuff, but it's not like right now I'm in the US and our inflation is just insane. So whatever I made today, if I go to the grocery store on Saturday, it's going to have less spending power. So think about it, all the people who have been putting money way in their 401ks and retirement accounts and all those types of things. They thought that they were planning well enough ahead and that there was going to be enough money, or they hoped there would be. But when you've got, such inflation, taxes going up, everything else is just going crazy, obviously the money isn't going to go as far as you anticipated. And that's why I'm really excited about bringing you different ideas on how you could bring extra income into your household. I mean, whether it's a couple $100 a month, or whether it's enough to be able to retire, so that you can, maybe you don't want to leave your job yet, but money gives you options. Money gives you options. So like I said, I've got my notes here because I'm talking about money. So I want to make sure, first of all, the legal disclaimers. I'm not a financial planner. I'm not an investment broker, none of that other kind of stuff. This is not financial advice on what I'm telling you to do. Okay. I'm going to be sharing what I did, so that there's no income claims or anything. Obviously, past returns are not any guarantee of future returns, just so that we're on the same page. See, I'm just a farm wife. I'm just a Minnesota farm wife. I've had a great career, but it's time now where we want to retire. But it means that we need to sell or transition from the dairy cows that we're milking every morning into beef cattle, so that we can go and kind of tour some of the places we'd like to see in this great country of ours that we haven't been to yet. So that's kind of my big why about why I got into cryptocurrency. If I'm coaching, if I'm doing other things, I have to be there in order to do it. When I was sick with COVID and I couldn't work, there was no money coming in from coaching. It was through my affiliate income and through passive income, which was the cryptocurrency. I don't know what the future holds, and so I want to try and prepare as much as possible. Now, the other thing that's really interesting is that, my father-in-law would talk about how way back in the late 50s, how he was offered a McDonald's franchise for $20,000, and he would have all of Buffalo, New York. And he met with a couple of his brothers-in-law who are very smart businessmen as well. And they thought, nobody's going to go and eat all the time at restaurants and go through and eat in their car. That's not just where people are. People eat dinner at home. Well, obviously they couldn't see the future. And he often talked about how he wished he had taken that $20,000 and invested in McDonald's. Well, he didn't. we didn't invest in Amazon. We didn't invest in Microsoft. We didn't invest in, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones, Google, yeah, all of those. We didn't invest in, but this is our chance where we can get in on the ground floor as it's starting to break through, because this will become something that is used throughout the world, not just within the country that you're in. So here's the three things, the three different ways that I have made income, I've made money, I've made profit using cryptocurrency starting in February of last year to now. So the first one is buy coins and hold them, and then watch them as they increase in price, and then sell them when they're higher. Then when they dip low, buy again and increase again. Now, this takes a little bit of knowledge, and I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm not some financial guru or anything like that. That's why, because I love this and I want to really become informed and make better decisions, I don't trust myself to do that as much as I trust other people who know what they're doing. So I joined an agency or a company that actually sends me an alert when there's some things I need to pay attention to, and then I can buy and make a profit, whether it goes up or down. Now, obviously, it's not all guaranteed, but they have about a 70% track record of winning. That's pretty dang good in my book. And I've been really happy with what I've done so far. So if you like the idea of getting the alerts and doing it yourself, that might be something you want to reach out to me and ask me about. The second one is hold coins and as a long-term investment. So what happens is some of these coins or tokens are going to become available, and more companies are actually using these as a way to launch their companies. You can, if you love the company, what it stands for, the leadership, all those different kinds of things. And obviously there's a couple of other things to watch for. You can go ahead, you can grab those coins, and you would keep them as a long-term investment, like you would maybe a savings bond, or like you do stocks and bonds, where you just keep, in your 401k or your SEP or whatever, where it's continuing to grow year after year after year. The same thing can be done with these coins. And I have one coin that I purchased this way, and it's gone up and down a little bit, but when it goes up, it always tends to go a little bit higher than it did the last time. And when it dips, it doesn't go as low as it did the last time. So all of a sudden, I've got money that I'm making from this coin. And once I hit the profit center and there was additional money there, I went out and I took some of that profit out. And now I'm kind of playing with house money as I'm watching it grow. You can do the same thing. So that's the second way that I make money with crypto, is I buy a coin and I'll hold it longer term, or buy several coins of the same thing and hold it longer term, just because I really believe in the company and what they're doing. And then the third is, this is how I got started basically, is you'd let somebody do the trading for you. So there's some companies out there that will do the trading for you. Some are really good, some are scams. Again, it all varies, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you which ones do and don't. You can do your own due diligence. If you wanted to private message me and ask me what I'm doing, I'm more than happy to share. But one of the things that I love about the companies that I've invested with, the three of them, is that they have traders who are seasoned traders who have a really, really, really good track record. So I can put my money in, and every week I get paid a return on the money that I've invested. I have the opportunity then where I could either withdraw the interest, or the earnings I've made. I could withdraw all of it, or I could just take those earnings and reinvest. So it just depends, week to week, I can decide what I want to do and how I want to change it up. And it makes it really easy, because it's unlike the first one that I mentioned, where I have to kind of be on alert and do some of my own due diligence before I just take somebody's word for it. This, they kind of do the due diligence. And the company, my favorite company, they're not out there to try and find big gains and have this big, whoo, you're going to make all this money in one swoop. They do smaller types of trades with smaller movement, so that they don't make as much, but if it goes down, they don't lose as much either. And so it's a little bit more, it's more comfortable for me, because it's not as much risk, if that makes sense. So those are the three different ways that I make money with crypto. It's adding more and more money. And I know that the rate that I'm going by July of 2022, just a few months from now, we will be able to sell those dairy cows and transition into beef, because I will be making more in these investments than we are getting from a milk check every 2 weeks. So if you have any questions, please go ahead, mention below. I will get back to you. You can send me an email. I will put my email address if you have private questions that you would like to ask me about that I didn't put in here. And then I'll also put the link for the freebie that you can go ahead, sign up for. That just kind of gives you, the basics, 5 things you need to know before you invest in cryptocurrency, just so you have a little bit better understanding, and it'll help you to ask better questions because you'll have a little bit more understanding. So again, I'm Sue Henry. I'm so glad that you are here so that we can all make more money, extra money, a lot of money in 2022, so that we can have the lifestyle, the dreams, and all those things that we've been dreaming of, but so far have been eluding us. So again, if you haven't clicked on the subscribe button, please do so. Give me any, put any questions below that you have, and I will get back to you. You have an incredible day, and let's all go and make a little bit more money. Thanks.